Welcome to the short PowerPoint video on the art of questioning. My name is Gary Tomlinson, and I'll be your narrator for this session. What do you think most engages a prospective client or makes a lasting impression on someone you've just met? The popular belief is that we win business by being clever and quick on our feet, and that our brilliance, saying just the right thing, is what attracts others. But as you'll hear in this presentation, knowing the right question to ask is actually far more important than having a ready answer. The education for this session comes directly from the book Power Questions by Andrew Sobel and Gerald Panis. It's the best book I've come across on the art of questioning. Now, their book will help you build relationships, win new business, and influence others. And it contains more than 337 essential questions to help you succeed at work and in life. Power Questions begins with the two authors sitting comfortably in a sun-filled office on the fourth floor of a Chicago skyscraper. They ask the CEO of a $12 billion company these two questions. What most impresses you when you meet someone who's trying to win your business? And what builds trust and credibility with you early on in a relationship? The CEO thought and answered with this. He says, I can always tell how experienced and insightful a prospective consultant, banker, or lawyer is by the quality of their questions and how intently they listen. It's that simple. Good questions are often more powerful than answers. Good questions challenge our thinking. They reframe and redefine the problem. They throw cold water on our most dearly held assumptions, and they force us out of our traditional thinking. They motivate us to learn and discover more. And they remind us of what is most important in our lives. I've chosen 3 examples from the more than 337 Power Questions to share with you today. The first example is when someone asks us, tell me about your company. Get them to be more specific. You can ask them, what would you like to know about us? Or if someone asks you, tell me about yourself, ask them, what would you like to know about me? When someone asks us a question, we rarely ask them to clarify exactly what it is they want to know. Have you ever watched someone give a 5-minute answer to the wrong question? Or to a question they thought they heard, but which wasn't actually asked? It's painful. Always clarify what the other person is looking for. If someone says, tell me about yourself, you could start with your birth and then talk for hours. Or you could ask them what part of your background would most interest them and start there. You use this question when you're asked a general question that could potentially require a long answer, or when time is short and you want to be sure that your answer will be right on target. Alternative versions of this question could be, what part of my background interests you? What aspect of that situation would you like me to focus on? Before I answer that, have you had any experience with our organization in the past? And then you could follow that up with these questions. Does that answer your question? Is there anything else you'd like me to talk about? The second example is just 4 words. People want to be heard, and studies are quite clear that we care about people who listen to us. The question, what do you think, is powerful. You're seeking an opinion. The person you're talking with wants you to listen. You've heard about people who talk too much, but you've never heard about a person who listens too much. This may sound counterintuitive, but asking questions and then listening puts you in control of the conversation. Because your questions require an answer, you're in the position of power. Good listeners are not only popular everywhere, but after a while they learn a thing or two. Develop your reputation as a great listener. Draw others out and show you care about them by asking, what do you think? You use this question whenever you're discussing a dilemma or planning a course of future action, or after you've shared your views or presented a proposal. It also works well when someone comes to you with a problem. Alternative versions of this question could be, I value your opinion. Can I get your reaction to this? Or, would you be willing to share your views? And then you can follow that up with these questions. What has influenced your thinking about this the most? Are there any other perspectives I ought to be aware of? The third and final example is a great question to use when you want to get someone to reflect on their job. You can ask them this. What parts of your job do you wish you could spend more time on? And what things do you wish you could do less of? This question is a wonderful way to get people talking about their job, whether it's running a company or running a household. You'll lead them down a path of reflection that may result in joyous and transformative changes. You can use this question to invite another person to talk about their position or their role in an organization. You can also use it to explore a friend, colleague, or family member's life and help them understand how they might refocus their time. Now, some alternate versions of this question could be, which are the most enjoyable parts of your job, and which parts do you find least enjoyable? What do you wish you could devote more time on? And then you could follow that up with these questions. What's getting in the way of making that change? I know it's difficult to drop or spend less time on some of those things you just mentioned, but what might possibly enable you to do that? Learning to use the power of questions can dramatically increase your professional and personal effectiveness. Learning the art of questioning will help you build and deepen relationships and sell more of your products, services, and ideas. You can use questions to become more effective at influencing clients, colleagues, and friends. The most successful salespeople in the world demonstrate value by asking great questions. They don't build their credibility with prospective buyers through fancy PowerPoint presentations. Instead, they use thoughtful, informed questions that implicitly demonstrate their knowledge and expertise. They use questions to uncover hidden needs, to identify whether or not there's a problem or opportunity they can address. The best salespeople also use questions to connect on an emotional level, to get to know the other person and show they care. It doesn't matter whether you're selling a product, a service, or an idea. When you first meet someone, power questions quickly earn respect for you, and that's the first step towards building a trusting relationship. The book Power Questions is a great resource in helping you master the art of questioning, because the art of asking the right questions is the source of all knowledge. I'll leave you now with one of my favorite questions. If you could sit down and have a conversation with your younger self, what would you tell yourself?